Hey, it's your girl Unique Speaks.
Yeah, and your boy, I'm different.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video over here at Uniquely Different. As I told y'all, we're getting better. Y'all keep us in y'all prayers now. I'm just trying to say, like, we trying. But if you already connected to us on our individual channels, you can check me out over there at Unique Speaks and the hubby here at I'm Different. And so therefore you'll see where most of our energy gets put into and why we can't bring it over here. But we're gonna do it. We is going to get it together. Okay. But if this is your first time visiting this channel, be sure to
Like and subscribe.
yeah, this is that bedtime talk, so we ain't all the way alert. At least I am, but he might not. I'm a night owl. But however, sometimes when we're sitting up, we're watching TV, we chilling, and we'll turn around, we may have a little discussion. And I wanted to bring up this discussion with him. So he's kind of like not all the way where I'm going, but this is the transparency that I want to have here because real conversations like this actually need to happen. Hey, always Tam. Hey, girl. But one thing I can say is that, this is a conversation that we're willing to have openly because we're not the only parents in the world. We have a world full of parents, and why not have a discussion about our children? And this one right here takes the cake for me. So I'm different. I want to have a discussion about the generation that our children are living in when it comes to bullying and, hate, things that are out there today, like they hit different than it was when we was coming up. And I'm just seeing a lot of that. And so I just wanted to, have this conversation because we got three kids and they in three different age brackets. And kind of like wanted to see how, you know, how this conversation can go. And maybe people will chime in on the conversation as well because this is real stuff out here about bullying. Like, have you heard about some of the bullying and things that's going on in the schools today?
Yeah, a little.
A little. I know. I know a lot of people, put their stuff out there on Facebook, so I catch some of those conversations and stuff like that. And some of the parents are like, "Oh, not my child," or not mine," and ready to go out there and put hands on the kid, or
Right,
something
right.
like that, because it gets that serious. So it's like, you know, I don't know. But good thing is that we did go to middle school together. And so we could relate there, but high school could be different. So how was it for you? Like just in grade school, elementary, was it different? Middle school, was it different? High school?
I mean, yeah, each grade level got a different feel to it. So, I mean, either way it went, you had people that would joke and jive, but you had those that didn't have their limits or didn't know what bounds not to cross, and that's how fights used to start. But when you think about it and
Hmm.
watch it, you never know what nobody's really going on. I don't say I've per se seen it firsthand, but I know that could lead to people taking their lives or anything like that. So I don't think we took it that far, but we did cross the line. People did fight. So
Yeah. Yeah, they did fight. I know to be, transparent, to have a transparent moment here. And I don't even know if I really even shared this with you even. But when I was younger, I actually was bullied in elementary school. I actually was probably even bullied in high school, but not middle school. It's got to skip a moment for me. But when I was bullied in elementary school, it was because of my hair. Like I don't even know, like if you know, but I used to have a Jerry curl. What they used to call a Jerry curl. That wet, juicy curls. Like let your soul glow if it was a thing. And like back then, and you don't even know when that movie came out. Let's stay on subject. Okay. I was bullied for Jerry curls. And my parents, kind of like didn't really could prepare me for that, although I think for them they thought it was a style because my dad had it, my mama had it, and then I had it. So my brother was literally the only one who didn't get the curls. So I'm just like thinking like our hair texture was all cute and stuff because that hair made you feel like you had some good hair. But back then, I don't think that was a thing. And so, yeah, I was called Jerry Curl, Juicy, Juicy. can't even remember some of the things, but did y'all have to deal with that? Like when you was in middle school, did you have anybody who had that curl, that S curl?
No,
Really?
no.
Mm.
Not that I remember. No.
Well, I know for me, y'all, I had that going on. And like I
Mm-mm.
said, I had that middle school jump. Don't be laughing at me, Tam Tam. I see you down there in the chat. But no, for real, I had my moment where it turned into high school for me, where they just a lot of people tried to bully me and it just didn't follow all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Like it never turned into a fight and stuff like that, because I was just one of those ones that was so sarcastic that I'll laugh at you laughing at me and you thought I was laughing with you, kind of thing.
Mm.
Or I'll just be like, oh, you done, you done, you good, all right, so you made you feel better. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. That was just how I was because I didn't know what else to say. I didn't have a good comeback game. What about
Mm.
you? Like I feel like you shared that with me and I just want to share that with people who might be listening, that how you combated certain things and what you was known for.
I don't think it was. I didn't have those type of problems. I got along with everybody.
Well, it wasn't about getting along,
But
right?
I'm just saying that I didn't have those. Didn't nobody ever jive on me or that. I I don't know how I stayed clear. Don't ask me.
Well,
I
not
don't
like
know.
really to stand clear, but
Yeah,
like I feel
I know we
that
would
you
all
probably
crack
wasn't even
jokes.
right.
We would
That's what
crack.
I'm
It's
saying.
a
I
difference
felt
between
like,
cracking jokes and being bullied. You know what I'm saying? Because
or
it's
you
like
knew how to
you
handle it.
just did something stupid. They finna clown my behind. You know what I'm saying? That's what just happened. I'm used to that. No, so that tough skin or you know what I'm saying. It was encouraging. I don't know how you want to curse. Constructive constructive criticism
Criticism.
in a joking way. That's how we took it in our age group, I guess. So it didn't come off as bullying. That's how I say people knew how to cross, knew what lines not to cross. Because we didn't do the mama jokes and all that. We would talk about what would be happening in the morning. Oh, you just tripped and fell and bust your head. You know, it's just that kind of stuff. We didn't do that extra. That other stuff died down where it came to that's fake or oh, his shoes ain't real. A lot of that stuff died down, because you seen the fights that happened from it. You seen I guess the bad part from
Oh, and so y'all didn't even want the result that way. I honestly, after knowing you, and I'm just going to share this with the audience because I was a victim on the other side, right? But this is my comeback. Like Tam Tam says, I was the same. I made jokes about myself because they did. You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this worked for us in our generation, I feel like, because for me, I didn't have a comeback game. And I feel like that worked for you. That worked in your favor to have a good comeback game. Like
Yeah.
there is nothing that you cannot combat. Like I've oh my gosh,
Well,
like
I guess because I've
you
heard it.
weaseled your way out of
I've,
a lot of
I've heard,
things.
there's always a way out of everything. So I always was quick. I don't know why that happened. I guess because me and my sisters, that's
Hmm.
all we did. Growing up in the house with each other, we talked trash about each other, sibling talking trash. That's all we did.
Yeah.
So we used to come up with our own, and that's I guess that's what it makes it unique because in a household you have your own joke that you go to somewhere else, y'all laughing y'all butt off, they looking at you like y'all crazy, like, oh, y'all don't get it, but we get it, and that. So I guess it just came over time. That's what we were conditioning. So,
Yeah. So it sounds like it take practice or some
mm,
type of an experience with it. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? And it seems like just us talking about it don't seem like the bullying that happens today. Today, now it
mm,
seems like they go too far,
mm-hmm.
like too far. And
And but
now,
then, because today is not. See, back then it was only people gonna know about it as these people that's right here and maybe a few other people. Now you got social media. So
ooh,
now it's not just my block knowing about it. Now it's not just the people in my home room knowing about it. No, it's millions of people that I don't even know knowing about it and
hmm,
saying something about it. So
yeah. I must say that hit a nail on the head right there because hold on, that hit the nail on the head because for me, I really can 100% lean into that truth that there are now so many different ways to bully. And that's where it went too far because we didn't have all of these different types of social medias growing up. You know, we're 80s babies, just by the way. We're not that old, but unfortunately, Facebook, it was not a thing. And when MySpace did come along, you know, which I think I was probably like middle schoolish time when MySpace came out, and you didn't even want to use your platform for that because it wasn't like a feed. Like you had to go to my page to be able to see about me or see what I was talking about or whatever I was sharing. And I was not going to make my page about somebody else. So it was like, you know, but now you have exposure, you know, and that's what I call it. Y'all, I'm different, just stepped away. So I'm just gonna talk to y'all for a second because he hit something right there. If y'all just catching where I'm talking right now, y'all need to go back a few seconds just so y'all can catch what I'm different just said. And that is a huge big difference in today and when we were coming up. Always Tam Tam says using social media to call people out, making the bullying cyber. Yes, cyberbullying. So now we have now upgraded. Now bullying got categories. You know what I'm saying? First it was just bullying, like that's all you could do is just bully. And but now like you ain't even have to like really pick up anything. You don't need no physical weapon, you know, even though it could lead into that. But you literally don't even have to open your mouth in class anymore. All you got to do is just go onto your social media and just speak your mind. Just
Hmm.
go in. And then see that person in school, everybody laughing at you.
Yep.
Dang. So like, okay, so this leads into this conversation because like I said, we have three kids, three different age brackets. Like now we know they're up against that. And we might not didn't have to deal with that, but we still understand what social media is and what it can do to our children, their character, their personality, their self-esteem, and just in general what social media can do to them. And then also what they may face in school. Like as a father, like what are some tips that you think for yourself that you would like to show up for your kids to prepare them for stuff like this? Now that we just know that it's real, like it's happening.
I guess just being as transparent and as real as possible. Like you can't. I don't want to say you can stop it from happening. I guess that's every parent's dream. Like, oh, it's not gonna happen to my child. But in that realistic moment, it's all about making sure that they understand first off to be humble, and two, like everybody else said, don't dish it if you can't take it. So
Right.
it's more on the lines of um like I said, with the first, when you starting off being humble, if you, like I said, it's all, everybody likes to have fun, you know. So laughter, I think, is like one of the biggest things to help anybody in life. You just gotta pick and choose how you deliver it, understand who you're dealing with, and then too, like you said, knowing those lines of
Mm-hmm.
what not to cross. And like I said, the second part comes into play. You gotta understand that nobody's perfect. So there may be something. Everybody got something. So that's why I say you got to be prepared for it. So if you don't want that chance of something to come back to hurt you, don't do it.
If you don't want that smoke.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first off. But if in the then in the sense of okay, you got to defend yourself. If somebody is coming at you, if you can't get out of that situation, you just got to use. I mean, I would just have to school them on things to look for. I hate to say it like that, but I would just have to school them on things to look for if they
Yeah.
want to participate in that round. If not, I would just they would have to do it how you say it in the proper way. Disassociate yourself from those group of people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So remove yourself from the circumstance in the first place. If you know, well, I'm hoping that their feelings, because I think honestly that too. Like I said, when it comes to those type of people, nah, I don't say those type of people. I don't want to classify nobody, but like dealing with somebody that's can't handle it anyway. I'm hoping that the relationship that I have with my son anyway, we're gonna have that bond to where he's gonna be able to talk about everything. So he's gonna know his weaknesses and be comfortable in them.
Mm.
So when somebody else bring it forth to him, he can already stand up truthful in that, and you know what I'm saying, had a clear mindset to know I know this, like you said, like y'all even say y'all told jokes about yourself, but you know this that I got this flaw, but you can flip something on somebody else. You got this flaw too. So,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, if they don't want to leave you alone. So,
Right.
mm,
Yeah. And and that's like the twist to this, that you weren't the person who was bullying, but you knew how to handle certain
mm-hmm,
people and stuff like that. And then me, I have my own way of doing it, but I also learned a lot of different things along the way as well. So I feel like you put both of that energy together, I believe that we can definitely have a different approach with our children. For me, I feel like as a mom, we're supposed to be loving and nurturing and stuff. So I feel like it's just as important as we feel like today's time, like we say, they got to love yourself, self love and stuff like that. Like we tell that to each other as adults, but are we telling this to our children?
mm,
And I feel like, yeah, we have two daughters and we have a son. And I feel like there are ways that they can love themselves in such a way that they won't need validation from no one. And someone else's opinion wouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like, hey, what's up, BDBGP? Welcome in. We doing good. We hope you doing good. Just having a little late night discussion. So it's like I feel like, yes, expressing to them about self-love, like if you want to have a good comeback game, you want to you know what I'm saying, you want to know how to really snap back, go to your daddy, because I'm probably gonna give you the other side to it. And it's actually funny that Shania kind of does that, like she actually, you know kind of have both, best of both worlds. Like I see her acting in them because she has a really strong comeback game. That's because y'all do that all the time. Like you and her, like y'all can just go, just like siblings or whatever, but a mother daughter, father daughter way. And then so I feel like she is prepared for that when she go to school. Like, so look my shoe, my daddy do this to me. You know what I'm saying? And then she has this sarcastic way too. You know what I'm saying? She has this sense of sarcasm. So it's like she has both of those mentalities, to run with. And it actually kind of works out in her favor. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Destiny and, Junior, he's still coming into his personality. Destiny's coming into her personality. And it's like, okay, now I feel like she's gonna need some taming because she's really strong on the sarcastic side, even though she's like ruthless with her comeback. Like she goes for the juggler. And then so we don't know how Junior's gonna be. So I feel like they're gonna have that best of both worlds. So if I had to have this conversation like with other parents, I was like, I would give them the tips we had, but also, man, teaching them what we teaching ourselves.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like we adults and we get bullied. We deal with stuff. We got to believe that our kids deal with it too. That was one thing that when I look back over my life and I'm like, shoot, I was dealing with this when I was 5. It probably was in a totally different perspective and stuff like that, but man, it was like stuff is relatable now. Like, wait a minute. I could have known this when I was 6 or 7 or 10 or whatever. Like so many times we was faced with these same things, but just in a kid mode. Tam Tam says, my daughter let me know about bullying to her and feel like I helped her by telling her stories when I was bullied and how it affected me through anger. She makes the choice not to respond my way, but her way. Yeah. And you're right. And it is their decision. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? On how they want to handle it. And but as it's good that, also as parents that we even give them that guidance, because if they lean onto their own understanding, we don't know if that's right or wrong. But if they have options, then they can at least make a better choice
right,
and know that there's a choice. Because I didn't teach Sharnia's sarcasm. I didn't, but I just see that, how I did tell her, I was like, the truth about certain things. Like you said, like the same thing that you could have an issue with, they might have that same issue, And so I felt like I showed her like how to be like, look, this is the truth about it. The only reason why they picking on you is because they feeling real low about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they're literally looking for something to make themselves feel better. And so that's why I said what I said. I'm like, oh, do you feel better? You good? You good now? You know what I'm saying? Because I would just see things deeper than what they were. Like, you only bullying me because you need this attention.
Mm,
Like, and you gotta, and really you giving all the attention to me. Cause by the time I graduated, more people knew me than them,
right.
because I was the talk of whatever, whatever. Oh, that's the, same way in elementary school. Oh, you was that one with the jail girl. Dang, everybody knew me. You know what I'm saying? You put all
Mm,
this limelight on me, but you was looking for it for yourself, but you really gave it to me. And you
mm,
know what I'm saying? And I turned that bad boy around and so many different times. So I felt like I was telling her these ways, but you can't teach her because I don't know what she's gonna be faced with.
right.
So she
Mm,
chose to say, I'm gonna come back at you because I do this with my dad. I'm not going to be affected by this because my dad do it to me. So it's good to have family fun, and taking it
that's
to
why I
that.
say it's levels. That's why I say,
Hmm.
because I say, well, a bully is trying to is trying to is really trying to hurt somebody. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Or overpower them to make them feel less than. You know what I'm saying? That's what a bully is doing. Now having good fun is that's why I say you know that you gotta tell the difference.
Yeah.
Somebody coming you coming after my whole character, my whole you disrespecting me now. That realm, you know what I'm saying? That's a different category. So when it comes to that, like, you just shouldn't be tolerated at all. And that's why I say the best way to nip that in the bud, especially in the school setting. You know what I'm saying? The teacher shouldn't even be letting it get that far, but I know they're not everywhere at every moment, as they say. But
You better believe the child when they tell you then. Shoot.
right, that part. Really far. Now I can say I guess it depends on your school in some areas. You have those ones that will actually care, that are fine at nipping and bud, know the problem
Hmm.
child. And then that's the other thing too. I mean, some of these parents just gotta own up. Like, know you got a problem child.
Come on now.
I mean, it just you can't be condoning it, when you see them really hurting somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, started 5 fights this week. Okay, I don't think it's everybody else. It might be you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta
Yeah,
own
that's
up to
true.
it. So
That's true.
uh, anger management. Are you really talking to your child? What is the disconnect there for them to be able to want to overpower somebody else? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's just got to be the bottom line. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And it can't be a condoned situation. That's gonna make him fly, or that's gonna make him. It can't be condoned, or even, what I'm saying, put up on a pedestal.
Right. And that's what that gonna lead in right into what always Tam Tam was about to say, because my question would be, what if that parent was a bully themselves? You know what I'm saying? And so we got to leave room for that, right? We got to leave
Hmm.
room to consider that those same people that picked on us and didn't see nothing wrong with it, that their parents possibly missed the signs and didn't know how to teach them no different. And who's to say they became an adult and learned that lesson or learned from that? So they got kids who doing the same thing. So they're like, man, shoot, I was the same way, man. I came out all right, you know. And
Hmm.
so Tam Tam says this conversation could go deep. How about how bullying affects us in our adult life and how we can change that effect in our children, seeing that bullies are adults too, right?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's exactly like what I'm saying, like, because they have probably learned from their ways. Like, you literally got people today that use social media. Like, I see it all the time on YouTube. I mean, it's almost ridiculous on how bold people are, even the more to get on social media. Like I can hide my hand now. I can throw the rock and hide my hand, but you not really hiding your hand because you showing who you are, and then you hide behind your name, your channel, whatever that is, and you put somebody's name out there. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, oh, you did this, and trying to read their story up and down and stuff like that. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, this is getting a little too much. Like, really? Like, and that just takes me back, to when I was in high school. I know, like, today, I would be handling it the same way. You
Hmm.
know, I'm going to be, you good now? You feel better? All right. I pray. Like for real, like I'm just that one. Like you do not want to tongue tussle with me. I always said that because I don't know how to. I do not have a comeback game, even as an adult. Okay, I am that lame chick. Okay, so if you can relate with me, you can relate with me. I do not do the cussing you out. I don't do that. Like I will kill you with kindness and sarcasm. Okay, because I don't know how to handle your type of energy. So at the end of the day, so I just, like, I see deeper. I go past that. Like something else wrong with you. Something else got to be wrong with you that you want to try me today. Like what's up? What your mama didn't make you no breakfast? What is wrong with you?
Something, something.
So man, this was a really good conversation, and just like Tim said, like we got bullies today, even today as an adult. And so we got to now leave a little bit of room that those same ones that are bullying us behind cameras and, social media, whatever, through subliminal posts and just all kinds of ways. Like we gotta just know like they might have some kids that might be in school with my kids. And I got to now really prepare my child because if the adult is acting like this, I can only imagine the child not getting the help, not going to learn from their lesson. And then they're going to wind up possibly losing their child because somebody's not going to handle that bullying. Like this is the times we're living in now, and I'm thankful that you had even said that you're going to talk to our children about the boundaries, because I don't want Shania's sarcasm to go so far
Hmm.
that gets her hurt.
Right.
you know because some people can't handle sarcasm. They take it as a slick diss of their intelligence, and it really is, because intelligently you coming for me. So that's just my opinion. So, but again, people are short tempered now,
Hmm.
sensitive, like
Right.
extra sensitive. Like people's feelings get hurt really, really easy, and they're ready to kill you.
Mm.
Like
But see, that's that thing where it should be, like I said, you should already know like the basic ground rules of it. Like everybody say that's a
we
like that
should,
like
or
like like a common thing. Like anybody can say you don't know me that well to say that. You hear what I'm saying? So you shouldn't be only doing that with your friends anyway. You know,
mm,
it's just somebody that you confide in anyway. You're not gonna say confide in, but you know what I'm saying, somebody that ain't out to get you. Like I said, that's why I said I only did it with my like I said, my friends, my you know what I'm saying? We knew not to grow too far. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I will talk and have that discussion with her. Like I would never say something to somebody random that I didn't know. I would never joke about them. You get what I'm
right.
saying?
That made me. That's
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. If I don't know you, I'm not gonna say nothing about you. That's like a rule. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So like that's all the back of the head. Like if you that's the first time, and especially if that's your first time meeting them, like no, I don't know you from Tom, Dick, and Harry. I sound like a grandpa right now. Tom, Dick, and Harry. But that's what I'm saying. Like those are the rules when it comes to it. And then, like I said, no joke should be, you know what I'm saying, aimed to really. I guess that's why comics have a bad time. Like the comedians have a bad time
Mhm. Mhm.
because, like, as truthful as that stuff be, like you say, it does cut a certain way. So you just gotta know the levels. I'm not trying to go deep. That's just period. I'm keeping it light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then if it's and that's the other thing too, like the other one, you gotta know if it's something that you need to say behind closed doors or it's something that you can say in front of everybody. So you gotta be a judge of your surroundings, a judge of the person that you're dealing with, and you know what I'm saying? 9 out of 10, you should know who you can have fun with. That's the key word. It's supposed to be fun. If it's turning into a battle, if it's turning to a beef, if it's turning into that, that's when you got to start drawing the lines. So
Mhm.
and the only time people really beef with somebody, you know what I'm saying, because they felt what? Disrespected. So You got to
Right.
learn to respect thy neighbor. So,
Right. And this is that part, that because that was some straight wisdom right there, when it comes to, this is the proper teachings that we should be teaching our children, So I'm hoping that this conversation, impacts those who just think that's cute, or just don't know the difference, like, because like this is real stuff, like real life, like people are dying and being killed for one, and then you got those who are killing themselves because they just can't handle the pressure,
hmm
and they can't handle the bullying because it can get excessive, like we can try to walk away, but like, are we going to always be able to just walk away because that bully may not let up?
true.
Like they gonna keep coming. And again, when you didn't have to deal with it, it's gonna be hard for you to see it too. So when your child is being bullied, you're not even gonna know the signs. You're not even gonna know what that looks like if you don't know. So that's a great balance for us, right? Because I'll definitely be able to see it because their personality is gonna shift. They're not gonna feel as confident. Like right now, our children are all three of them are vibrant and open. But the moment they clam up, I know something's up. Like I
Mm-hmm.
remember, know something's up because they're withholding themselves. Like when you withhold yourself and you go into that shell like a turtle, like you got to protect yourself. That's when I feel like, okay, there's a reason why you feel like you got to clam up. And even the more you're showing these signs at home,
Mm.
that means it's excessive, and to the point where you're triggered when you feel in the atmosphere. What's up, Tay Weezy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Say the champ is here. Shalom, everybody. My brother, I'm different. My big sister, you need space. What's
What's up,
up? What's
bro?
up?
What's up? What's up?
We just over here talking about bullies, Tay Weezy. You know what I'm saying? And if you have any stories to share, anytime that you may have been bullied or may been the bully, and and I don't know if you have any children, Tay Weezy, but we're just kind of like shouting out to the parents to, kind of take this awareness of what our children could be up against. Like they're doing more than just going to school. You know what I'm saying? And I know I see on social media all the time. It was like, oh my God, I got my kids at home. Oh my God, I'm ready for these kids to go back to school. And sometimes we don't even know what we're sending our kids back to because sometimes our kids might not, what I'm saying? That's what we kind of left off. Like we may not see the signs. Like what if we just don't see those signs and we're so ready to kick our kids out of the house to go back to school because we want our space, but we're really sending them out to wolves, you know? Like ultimately we're supposed to be raising our children to prepare for this world. You know what I'm saying? And to prepare for this world, then if we dealing with bullies right now in our adult life, then we gotta prepare our children now. Like what we waiting for? Like, cause man, it's getting worse than better. Like I said, like you were saying, it's not it wasn't as far as where we was killing each other over it. You know what I'm saying? We
Mm-hmm.
might brawl it out if that comes to that, maybe get in a little tussle, but it didn't go to where we was bringing guns to school and and it just wasn't that far. So it's just crazy, and I just really hope, like, that people are really catching this conversation and the tips that's in it, because more discussions need to happen like this between parents first and then with the children, like, because they're blind without us, man, just like we're blind without God, like, just just think about it. Like, I wouldn't have known now that all I got to do is just love on people. And sometimes my sarcasm still comes up, but I just learned that I just love, and I know God protected me. And if
Mm.
you kill me, I'm still safe. Like, God still got me. I don't care. You may take me away from my family and stuff, but my family got to know this woman right here is a woman of God. She going to heaven. She good. She in good hands. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't, there's nothing I can do to prepare my family that, oh, somebody out here hates me. And I didn't even do anything.
Uh,
So if I know that for myself, then that's the same thing for my children. My children are going to school and somebody hates them just because of who they are, what they look like, their skin tone, their hair texture. I mean, they're literally finding so many different things. Like you said, like back then it probably was shoes. And that was
mm-hmm.
probably about it. You know what I'm saying? Because lace fronts wasn't nothing. You had to show your hair. You had to work what you had got, like if you gonna throw it out, you might as well throw it out or braid it up or something. Like we have all these things that you can hide and help the children out. Oh, and let's talk about that because we got like 25 more minutes here. Let's talk about those parents who are literally spinning their bank just so their kids don't get bullied. Like they got to keep up with the Joneses at this point. Like I got to make sure my kids got the right fit. Man, they got the newest Jordans
But
or
see, that's that humble mentality that needs to happen across, you know what I'm
needs to be
saying,
taught.
our
Yeah.
whole culture. Matter of fact,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, because we get hung up on that for some status
Mhm.
that doesn't equate to nothing when we should be teaching them about real estate, when we should be teaching them about business owning, when we should be teaching them about, you know what I'm saying, not being flashy. You know what I'm saying? That was like the most fondest thing that I learned. Like when you sit, like a billionaire could be sitting right next to you. Why? Because he gonna be in the plainest clothes, doing the simplest thing, like an average person. He
Mhm.
ain't gonna have all the bling. He ain't gonna have no flashy shoe. His car maybe fly as hell. Dang, that'd be about the only way you excuse my friend. That'd be about the only way you be able to tell
Yeah.
because their car or something is flies as I don't know. And then that ain't gonna even be too flashy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be custom. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Or smoothed out. It ain't gonna be too customized. You get what I'm saying? So
Mhm. It's almost gonna
it's
be like basic,
right, you know what I'm saying? So I
but it's
guess
gonna be
that
a nice car.
mentality we got to teach them is not about that. Because I always, and when I learned that humbleness about the clothes don't make you, when I got that mentality stuck into my head, that's why I said, when I started working, I still didn't buy Jordans. I still didn't. I don't, my first
That
pair,
wasn't your
no, it wasn't my niche. My
yeah.
first pair of Jordans didn't come till I was like maybe 24. And the only reason why I got them because they was my favorite color, and that was honestly the reason I got them. The
I bet them
colors,
them blues.
them blues that I got right now, the only pair that I got to this day,
Mm.
still got them. But I'm just saying that it's just
He's about to be 37, by the way, y'all. Okay.
yeah. I'm just saying I didn't get into the. I think shoes are cool. I'm not gonna. I think they're cool. When I see people with their shoe collection, I'm like that's neat. But I wouldn't have a shoe collection and I'm still staying with mom and daddy or apartment or you get what
Mhm.
I'm saying. If my shoe collection was in my garage, in my man cave, and I ain't had no debt to worry about, prioritize.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because
There's
I
so
get that.
many
We
things
heard that the other
important.
night, and I agree with it. We work hard for what we want, but you got to make sure what you want is really something that's going to sustain you and not just fill a hole to impress
Mhm.
somebody or to outdo somebody. Because that'd be the other thing about it. Don't boast it. Why boast? And I understand you work hard at it, but to boast that somebody's not at your level yet, you get what I'm saying? That's where that disrespect or the smack in the face comes back into it. Because I look at it now like, oh, that's a different conversation. I'm gonna say that for another. I don't remember that because that's a deep. Never
Okay.
mind.
Well, I mean, I agree with you though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I called it keeping up with the Joneses mentality.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Because you really feel like you have to combat the generation that our children are growing up in. So you feel like you got to keep them in the best, and that, like you said, is all about how you teach them.
hmm
Because if you are more worried about the bullying, and they may not. Like you like
Right.
let it happen before you come up with solutions. You know what I'm saying? And then if you already a flashing person, like how far has that gotten you? Because people still come for you. People still going to find something wrong. So it that you just really spending your bank for nothing when you can really be saving that and doing other things with that. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, if anybody in the audience, that listen to this and they feel like they have to do that, like cut that out. Like here's from your sister from another whole set of parents. I'm just trying to let you know something over here. Let's try different because we spending bank like on things that are they gonna grow out of. First of all, let's say that. But at the same time, like it's also not going to save them either. because now, like, I feel like I said, the bullying has gone beyond shoes and materialistic things. Now it's coming for your child's skin color and texture, their hair,
Hmm.
their edges, things that we talk about. Like, we're so quick. Like, that was the first thing most people say when, even in adult life, they're like, man, girl, grow you some edges. And I'm like, what y'all know about edges? Like, back then, I ain't know, man. When you had baby hair, you just had freaking baby hair. And if you didn't, you didn't. Like, it was like so much is a thing now. Your lace front not laid down right. I mean, it could be. I mean, they will find answer. Oh, you didn't say the word right. You didn't pronounce it right. I mean, oh, one leg longer than the other. Like, they point out everything. You can have a mole on your face. It ain't a beauty mark no more. You pumpled face, you something. Like, they are finding every avenue. So at this point, I don't think money and buying the flashy stuff is a solution. I'm convinced, but I'm also convinced that let our children go through it first. Like, just, we don't gotta jump the gun and try to, like, we take away from their personality and who they are, and just like Tam said earlier, like, now her daughter heard her mother's advice, but Tam Tam said her daughter did her own thing. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they can handle it. Maybe they have a personality that they know how to handle it, based off of so many different factors. But let it happen first. And let them be them. They may not be a name brand person. I don't feel like I made that a thing for them, but they just think things are cute. Like, at least the girls do, just like me. Like, it don't have to have a name brand. It'd be nice if we have one, but if it don't, it could be just cute, and we can rock the heck out of it, and we like it. And so it's hard for you to pick on us. Like, shoot, I like this. I got it from Shein. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. So it's like, that's the way that I felt like I raised them, and I let them know, like, it's cute and you don't have to spend a lot of money on that, and if that happened, we'll have to cross certain bridges, but I just don't think I'm gonna go bank on it. Tim Tam says baby hair standing up, not laying down, face. Man, like, now, okay, like, we go in there, see, we go in there, see, like, now, like, they ain't the baby hairs is, I don't know, I don't even know, like, it's crazy because I don't even do the baby hairs like that too much on myself. But if I did have my own hair, I would feel that urge
Mm.
to put some swoops in that bad boy, not knowing that I wasn't nothing like that growing up. But because it's such a thing, it's like, dang, now I'm doing swooping edges. Like, I'm a whole pro over here. But I didn't do it because I didn't want to get picked on. I just felt like, shoot, like, if it's a thing and it's cute, I feel like I just do it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, just let that be something you do, because it just doesn't have to happen. Like, Destiny, she don't ask for edges, but she when she gets them, she's like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I don't want to take away from her personality. She's 6 years old, but if she don't ask me for edges, then she don't really care, as long as she feel like her hair cute.
Right.
Yeah, this was a really good
Hmm.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? And to top it off with that ending, of just how we can be as parents and being aware what our kids are up against. And it is not like it was when we were kids. Like, prepare your kids. That's all. Like, that's what I'm just happy and to have this conversation openly, with my husband, because this was not rehearsed. Like, this was straight from, you know, who we are. You know what I'm saying? And talking to each other about this, because I learned something about, my husband just now, that, hey, he was not bullied. Like, he didn't even have to deal with any type of bullying, even though my bullying wasn't, to the far fetched where it just got out of hand. And I thank God for that. But at the same time, I got picked on about things, so it's like, to know that about him, like, wow, like, that's why you are the way you are with kids sometimes. Like, but I love how they come back at you
Hmm.
in a respectful way. You know what I'm saying? So it taught them boundaries. They're like, okay, I know I can't go that far with dad, and hopefully they'll portray that same trait, in school, and like, no, I ain't gonna go that far on you like that because I don't even know you like that. Hopefully they're thinking, we hope that for all children, that they're thinking about their choices and knowing the consequences, and even the more the parents, because like we've been saying, like this can also be in the adult life, that you don't want to come for somebody you don't know. And we're now living in a time where people are just willing to kill you because it just makes them feel better and feel like they won the fight. I don't know. But I see I'm not so sarcasm. You know what I'm saying? This would be, but it's slick true too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many different reasons why people feel the right to kill someone, you know? And they're literally using, oh well, they came for me, they sabotaged my reputation, they came for my name. Because now when social media is involved, you're talking about somebody's entire brand now, you know. And so because everything's branded now, it's like, so it's like, shoot, people taking that stuff real personal and financially, you know, mentally, all kinds of ways. Like they taking it to heart. So it's like, just be careful. And just as much as we as adults got to be careful, man, our children got to be careful. And we cannot be with them 24/7.
Hmm.
We can't protect them. We're not going to always be there. So when you're not there, what are you telling them to do to handle the situation? What are you teaching them that will help them survive? You know? And I know I'm the talker of this relationship, y'all. So, but I'm so grateful. Y'all just don't even understand to hear the expounding of my husband, you know, just being transparent and really sharing his truth. So I can respect that from him. And I just want to say that openly, because guys, y'all, is we are learning even in marriage enrichment that we take with our church ministry, is that, you know, it's hard for men to articulate certain things. And so when you can have these decent conversations and know that it's time for you to come out that shell a little bit, because, you know, our children need you. You know, you could have been that one that know how to stand up to stuff, and maybe wifey not, you know, and so your wisdom is needed, and you know these discussions are needed. So I hope this encourages more couples, whether you are married or not. But if you're coupled and you're with your children's father, it's time to face the fact and put in some work in this, because our children are raising, that we're raising, is coming up into a world that is ready to destroy them. We're up against it right now, and we got to know our children are up against it right now at their own level. We have a 14-year-old, 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So these are, one is set is 8 years apart, and the other set is 3 years apart. Um, so at this point, like, we know we gotta keep up with the times, y'all. We got to, what you call it, keep your ears to the street,
Hmm.
you know what they can be up against, even if they don't share it with you, because it may not be an issue, but at least if you know it exists, then maybe you can help them before it even happened. I don't know, like sometimes when I look back over my life, I feel like my parents just wasn't aware, you know.
Hmm.
Like, they weren't old, like my mom, she wasn't old, you know. I mean, she was, you know, in of an age when I got to high school, like she was, you know. But I mean, I see parents like that today. I mean, I'm 38, so I mean, so it got to make it make sense. I feel like my parents just didn't care to know about certain things, and so we kind of was able to slick get away with a lot, you know. And then a lot that we had to face, they really couldn't even prepare us for, because they could only teach from their era,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why, like, I feel like, you know, it was good to just have this open conversation about, you know, the times we were in school and now our children are in school, and how things look so different. You know, as we turn on the news, we go on social media, like we see this stuff and it's real. So hey, I hope it inspires more parents to
Get it together.
put in that work.
Right.
Put in that work. As y'all can see, the title of this whole entire video is just about parents, and Hey, you can have a lot of different type of pillow talks, ladies. Let's have some important ones too, especially when it involves the family. You know, pillow talk ain't always got to be you just listening for affirmations about how pretty and gorgeous you are. Sometimes you want to get intellectually intimate with your husband. And this is just a little side tip, ladies. You know, that we can get intimate with our husbands in so many different levels. And y'all know we are more verbal, we are more communicative. Is that a word? Communicative? Communicative. I don't know. Y'all help your sister out. But we have open conversation. We know how to engage in dialogue different than men. So when you can, get your husband to open up about different views of life, like you will learn so much more about him. Because I did. I feel like I learned so much more about you. You're right here. And I appreciate that, that you was openly able to share that, and that I feel like it'll help other men, trying to, think about, hey, like this is how I was when I was a kid. So man, shoot, maybe I can take it, make it a use and put it good to my kid, like in so many other different points that you made. So I feel like, for me, I can appreciate this conversation, and I'm glad that we have it openly because it can help somebody else. But other than that, y'all, we're going to go ahead and just end off this broadcast. I hope that this carries even the further. I know we got to jump back into this algorithm, so I'm not worried about who's not here now, because the last time I did a live, yeah, it got 72 views. So I can only pray that, hey, someone, even one person, got something out of that chit chat, us ladies, and the same thing for this video. Like, even, I'm just saying, like, the feedback that was here is phenomenal. And the more the merrier. But hey, I gotta believe hopeful that there's gonna be more, and somebody's gonna get help. Yay. So anyway, yeah, communicative, because k and k, you know, a can sound like so many different ways. So who's right? Is it tomato? Great chat. Yeah, always Tam Tam. And thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It was really, really greatly appreciated because, you're a parent as well. We know you on a personal tip, and we appreciate your support to this couples channel. And, because, we're over here trying to do our thing. We can just kind of feeling our way through. But at the same time, it was a decent conversation that you hung around for. And so even though we know you're on the person tip, we still appreciate you, because you hung in here and your feedback is so on point. So on point. But however, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining us on tonight. And whenever you're catching this replay, I hope that you comment. We would love to hear your feedback on even tips or ways that you are raising your children, or how you suggest to give to someone else that is you found to be helpful. However, at the end of the day, we want to hear from you. Okay. And I'm a talker, as you already know, because I be talking about what I'm talking about. So, y'all, go ahead and hit that like, share us out if you can, and subscribe. Subscribe to this channel, because this channel is somewhere we want to grow openly, giving you all the different types of sides of us outside of our own personal channels. Like, you go over there, Unique Speaks, you gonna be laid out in the spirit. I'm just gonna but no, for real. But there's so much more about me. I do love to talk about real stuff. And I do talk about real stuff over there, but it's more biblical. But let's be real. Like, we can engage in such a spiritual way, even without like going to scripture, going there. Like, these are real conversations that just need to have in real life. So, hey, if you enjoy stuff like this, and we're going to have a variety of topics, and we want to hear what you want to talk about, even the more. Like, y'all, this is open, and we want to grow together. So here we are. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm your girl, Unique Speaks.
And your man, I'm different.
And we're going to catch y'all in the next video. Good
All right.
night.